I'm making mirrors with tiaras and crowns. The first two I made with family on craft day. So these and this mirror were done with family the other day. There's enough space here to fit a kid's face, which is the point. But in this mirror, there was not enough space to fit a face and a tiara or a crown. So I bought this one, which should have enough space, so I'll add to that. I'm using acrylic glass paint. This is the leading. This is just basically black paint, black opaque of the same kind as the others. But I also got some clear because this one is white and I wanted clear for some things. I bought some glitter glue. Oh, and I also bought some copper and some little squeeze tubes, so I'm going to try that now. The copper is regular acrylic paint. Okay, so this is the white. So I'm going to try a diamond shape, and I'm going to use the white as if it were leading. Let me try to make a couple of matched ones that I can peel off and then use in the tiara, and I can choose the best ones rather than trying to do them all in one piece. And let me try some squares. I'm thinking the white will be better than the black. Oh yeah, I should use the copper, shouldn't I? Well, let's do some copper. Let's try a diamond. Alright, that's going to squirt out badly every time I start, so I should start over on scrap. Oh, wobbly lines. Okay, now for this one, I'm holding the tip just a little bit above the glass, sort of dropping a line rather than squirting it out, and I think that works better. It doesn't matter where I put them because I'm going to pick them up and place them all together. Let's try the glitter. Squeeze out some on the side. Oh, this is nice and thick. This should make a good outline. Except it's hard to squeeze. And as before, I'm sort of pulling out a strand above the glass and then letting it drop down onto the glass. And I think that's giving me better lines when I do that. And I'm dropping down to just sort of tack it where I want a sharp corner. Yeah, one of those is good enough. Try a couple of circles. Alright, I'm not very good at circles. Alright, let me fill some of these. We'll see if that settles in. Make some emeralds. I was going to make these diamonds, wasn't I? That's right, I forgot. I get to recording and talking and I forget the things. Oh, I didn't do any of the actual leading. Let me try that. I could practice and get better at this. Be much more skillful. It's going to go all over if I do that, isn't it? Oh well. Let me let that settle for a little longer. Here's the clear. This should be transparent, so looks the same as the white, doesn't it? That green did not get into the corner, so we'll push it a little bit. This really settled. I should have put the clear earlier. Let's see if I can make a clear diamond and fill it with color, whether that would be any good. Alright, so for later reference, the blue went on when there was still a hole in the middle, and the red went on after the hole was gone. Fill that one with glitter. I wonder if that'll be any good. This is going to get confusing because it's going to reflect the camera. Alright, let me try using a leading for this. So I want kind of an arc to follow the face. And the bangs will probably show below that. And then I want it to come up like this. And up like this. And I'll put in the jewels there. Yeah, I think that's good. Maybe I want a little side wing here. I'm going to have to wait till I have the jewels and I put them in, and then I'll fill in the color. Time for some updates. These have dried almost all the way. That one maybe is a little wet in the center still. On this one and this one, and I think one other, maybe that one. The center color didn't quite meet the edge, so I had to add more. So it domed up a little bit. If I can show that. And I added some dots of the copper. The copper got really flat. This one's really interesting. It has the clear kind of, I guess it's the glitter, kind of made a well. And gives it some dimension. Makes it look like a bezel, but it's actually flat on top. These others, the copper in other places got really flat, so I added an extra layer in a couple of places. I was wondering if I could, let's see if I can peel this up. Might be more of a challenge than I had hoped. I'm just using a T-pin here. Once you get it started, it's not too bad. What I was thinking was that I could just take a scissors and trim around. Trim off the flat part and just leave a little bit of copper. I'm not doing the neatest job. And then I can use that fake diamond, use that on the mirror. So I'm going to pick off a few more of these jewels. And I tried making some dots, and then I tried using the glitter glue to make a few dots, but it just ran flat. The copper was almost a failure, except where I doubled it up. I think that, well, let's find out how that worked. I don't mind ruining the really thin stuff because I'm going to cut that off anyway. There we go. Yeah, I think it was okay where I doubled it up. I can trim it neatly, or, well, I could trim it neatly if I were being more careful. So I think in the future maybe I make the outside a little extra big and then I trim it neatly later. So let me put that here. How about these red ones? They're outlined in clear. Oh, that's easy to get up. That's good. The clear had enough body. Maybe these diamonds? See, that's harder to get up. This is the glitter glue here, I think. Yes, it is. Ooh, it's also brittle. That's interesting. There we go. Okay, that did not come off well. I think trimming works just fine on these, which is good. That means if you're messy or sloppy like I am, then trimming is an option, so you don't have to be super careful when you make them. You can be careful later on. Put one dot there. I'm guessing these are water soluble, and I'll be able to soak off the remnants later. This blue dot is a little bit bigger than the red dot was. There we go. I'm going to trim this down to the same size that the red one is. Or close enough. Put it there. Alright, here's the mirror. I put things on it. Let's see if I can do this. Alright, well, you're going to see the camera, and it's going to be a little uneven. Now I need to fill this. Let me be safe and put the cap on, and then try to shake it down. Why did I put that one there? Yeah, it doesn't work too well. So now I think I will just fill these bits with yellow. These do seem to clog. Of course, that means now the dry bit is inside the container, which is not best, but that's how it's going to go. Now, if this isn't perfectly touching everywhere, I'm going to use the pin to move it around a little so that it touches. Ah, that's clogged. That's better. Nope, now it's clogged again. Alright, this is going to be a problem. Oh, yeah. So I made a big spill there. Let's see if I can clean it off. Making it worse. Yeah, I'm going to have to get better tools to clean. And here's the mirror. Sorry for my messy, there's my camera set up. Wiped it down, the glass cleans up very nicely. Of course, now my paint is all back in the bottom because I had this sitting upright instead of sitting upside down. Okay, let's see if I can get it now without going, there we go, that's better. Do I want to fill up here? I think what I want is to put a thin line. Pretend that the yellow is gold, like the metal gold, not the color gold. And I'm also trying to decide whether I want to write anything on the bottom of this, like Your Majesty, but there's not that much room for it, so I think I'm going to skip that. Should I fill all that in? No, I think I'm not going to. But maybe a little extra here, a little extra here and here, and that way I can fill out those bits. I'll use the pin to spread it out rather than trying to use the container tip because that's just too big a tool for the job. I have to put a little more there. Is that a mistake to drag that over? I don't know. We'll find out when it dries. The intended recipient is not all that into perfection, so I think it'll be okay. Yeah, looks good. I'm gonna go with that. I'm not. I always have to fuss. I think I'm done and I'm not really done. Any place else? Maybe a little bit along here. Cover up the copper there. Try to pop the bubbles because they do tend to stay. I think I need another drop there. Ha! It came out slowly. Wasn't that nice of it? Yeah, okay, I'm done. I will put this aside to dry. It will probably take a couple of days. I'm not outlining this diamond on purpose because I might pull it off. I'll clean up that little bit there. And I think I'm done. So here are the 3 mirrors again. The first 2 were made on Family Craft Day. This is for one kid, and this is for the oldest of the 3. And here's the one I just made.